The heart that's meant to love you will fight for you when you want to give up, pick you up when you're feeling down, and will give their smile when it's hard for you to find yours. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have 3 Valentine's DIYs for you, and I'm getting started with the first. I'm using some tumble tower blocks, and you're going to need 3 in total. I've also got a small heart embellishment made out of wood and these scrabble letters as well. That spells out love, but you can say whatever you like. Now you can paint this. I am going to be using my acrylic painter pens because it's just way quicker, and this is quite a small project. So I've got my white one. I'm going to start by gluing these together so that they are one solid block like this. So I've glued it all together, and now I'm just starting to colour it in with the acrylic painter pen. Now I'm setting that to dry, and I'm going to move on to the heart, just taking the red colour this time. What I like about using the acrylic painter pens, not just that they're really quick and easy to use, but also you can still see the wood through, which I really like. It's not like a thick layer, it's pretty thin, so you still get that nice natural effect. Now we're going to set all of these aside and let them dry, and while they dry we're going to be super productive and move on to the second project. And today I am taking part in a challenge hosted by Heidi Simple DIY. Her channel and the playlist will be in the description box. For the second DIY I'm going to be making use of these 3 small dishes. As you can see, they're really cute and they're in a heart shape. And I'm also going to be making use of this sign here. I'm going to be taking the hearts apart, and that's the pieces that I'm going to be using. And just so that it can go with all of the decor, I'm going to paint these white. I'm not really fond of the grey colour. So I'm just going to cut them free, and then I'm also going to pull this out. Now I'm going to take my gesso. This is just like paint, but it's just a little bit thinner, and I like using it because it dries quicker. As you can see, I am using it just to cover the hearts. I might need a few coats, but I'm trying to leave it so that I can still see the wording, so I can go over it with some black Sharpie. Now I'm moving on to the heart dishes, and I'm just covering the rim in some white gesso as well. I'm not really fond of that brown that's showing. I brought it all the way down, but you don't really need to do that because it's going to be covered inside anyway. So I'm just going to do the same for the other 2, covering the rim and the inside. And now we're going to let all of this set aside so that it can dry, and we're moving on to the third DIY, just so that we've got all of the paint job over and done with, and then the rest is really quick to throw together. So I'm using this wings ornament, so this is really great if you have any Christmas ornaments left over. And then I'm going to be using this heart. It's velvet and it's got a squirrel with it, but we don't need that, so I'm just going to remove that. And this is going to be handy for this other DIY here that we're using the heart dishes for, so make sure you keep that. And this comes with a bow, so I've just removed that. And what I'm going to do is again take the gesso, and we're going to cover these wings because it's a little too blingy for me and it doesn't match the rest of the decor. This red is a little too red for me, so I'm taking some gesso and I'm just going over it lightly. It sort of looks distressed as well, and I like that. It looks more arty. We're going to let all of this dry, and then we will come back and work on them one at a time. So I'm bringing back the tumble tower blocks, and you're just going to take your heart embellishment, add some hot glue to the back, and then you go and stick it right in the centre. And then with these, you don't need to use hot glue if you don't want to, it's pretty sticky. And then you're just going to arrange them at the bottom to spell out whatever you want. So mine is love, as I mentioned earlier. I think this would be really nice if you've got like a set of 3 with different colours. You can have pink, you can have reds. I kind of prefer the neutral colours. And if you've got them saying different things as well, like XOX, Be Mine. And there you go, look at how cute and simple this is. I think this is great to gift as well, you don't just have to use it as decor. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back the heart dishes so we can work on that. My hearts are all dry now, and as you can see the text and it still shows through, which is great because that's what I wanted. I'm going to take my black Sharpie now and just go over that. You can also do this using a Cricut. So here's all my hearts done. And you're going to bring back the rods that we used earlier from these hearts. I've pulled out 3, and then I'm going to take my scissors. I'm just going to poke a little hole so that it makes it easier to glue. So you can see the small hole there, and then you're going to take your hot glue and add a small amount. And then just take your rod and stick it in the hole and just hold it for a bit so that the glue can set. As you can see, this is really long, so I'm going to take my pliers. It was probably best to do this beforehand, so I'll do that with the other 2. I'll cut it first so that it's to size, because like I said, this is really long. So just place it inside so you can kind of like have a rough idea for how long you'd like it. Then grab your other 2 and you want to cut it to the same length. So again, just taking your pliers. And now the third and final one. Now I'm just doing the same thing and creating a hole in the other 2 hearts, and then sticking the metal wires in. Next you're going to take some floral brick and fill it inside. Once you've done that, you're going to cover it with moss using your hot glue. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your skewer with a heart and just poke it through the floral brick. I decided to bring back the little bows from the heart because I felt like it was missing something. So I'm just going to add them to the wire in the center. So these are all done. I'll show you what they look like at the end, and we'll move on to the third and final DIY. Now for the wings, you want to gently break it in half. You're also going to cut a little bit where it was hanging from. And then we're going to be sticking the wings to either side of the heart. You're going to have a little trouble just doing that with hot glue, so what you're going to do is make a hole with some scissors so that we can place the glue inside, and that way it will be stable. There you can see there. I'm just going to do the same for the other side and make sure that it aligns as well. And now I'm going to make use of some of these die cut sheets. I'm going to take this quote here that says, "Love as much as you live." I'm just going to glue that on just as it is, like that, with my glue stick. And you can see I've chosen not to glue it all the way down, so I've got the 2 little edges coming out like that. I just felt like it makes it more 3D and almost pop. And you can add this to a wreath, you can gift it like this in a nice box. You can also add some strings so that you can hang it. And now we're done, it's time to see how they all look. And here's the first finished DIY, and then we'll move on to the second and third, so you'll get to see them all. Let me know which one is your favourite. I always love reading your comments and replying. I don't really celebrate Valentine's or decorate for it, but I know that you guys love these videos, so that's why I do them. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave me a thumbs up and that you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye!